Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. Happy Monday afternoon to you all. So guys, if you're getting an echo, I'm sorry. I'm in here trying to organize my closet and I have so much clothes. I'm sitting in my closet and I'm just so frustrated because I'm like, when did I buy these things? Like, really? So anyway, as I was sitting in my closet, trying to take a break, I was pondering on a topic that I wanted to touch on, and different things kept pinging in my head and I just couldn't get a solid topic. So normally when it's like that, I just wait. And so I received an email from a young lady just now, and it really touched my heart. And I just wanted to address a couple of things within her email. First and foremost, guys, I want to be honest with you. If I encourage you and if I uplift you, like, I really take that, as a compliment. I truly do. I hear that often. But again, sometimes, most times when God is using somebody, the person who have the ability to uplift you is being used as a vessel. So it's not like I'm uplifted in this walking happy person 24 hours a day. I'm always honest about me being in the process, just like everybody else. I cannot relate to people who have quote unquote arrived, like they're almost perfect. They look down on others as if they have it all together, and no one has it all together. No one is perfect until you meet Jesus. So I'm thankful and I'm so grateful that I hear that often, from you guys, from just the people in my life. I can't tell you how many times my phone rings per day because everybody's looking for an uplifting word. And I'm just like, boo, I need you to uplift me today. Like, for real. Like, we are trying to figure this thing out called life. But thank you. You really made my day with that message. Next, I want to talk about something else that she discussed. And that was something that I posted earlier as well. And that's when Satan will literally try to make you feel worthless, right? And what he does is he finds certain areas to attack. But the areas that he will attack the most is the areas where you're already, a little insecure in. So take, for example, you take someone who may be insecure about age, insecure about, having too many baby daddies, or I'm just throwing a few things out there. But the point I'm making is any areas that you yourself, you're already feeling a little insecure in that area and you're lacking confidence in that area, that is the area that Satan will attack you the most and put downloads of nonsense in your head to make you really question your worth. And so I said earlier in my recording that I was talking to one of my staff members over the weekend, and she was just bigging me up and giving me props and things like that. And then she made a comment that really bothered me. She said, we're the same age, and you're so further along and I'm just so behind. And I stopped her in her tracks. Listen, let me tell you something. First and foremost, I'm in a process just like you. Don't ever compare yourself to anybody else. That's a trick of the enemy, because when you start to compare your life to someone else, that's when you will start to look at little areas, and before you know it, you're sitting there feeling worthless. Like, wow, I'm this age, I should have already owned a house. I'm this age, I should have already been more financially stable. My credit should be good. So you're looking at all these things. I should be married by now, I should have children by now. So those are areas that Satan will literally ponder, and you can throughout the day you will start getting these little things in your head that he's putting in your head, and you start to believe that stuff. So I was telling her in my reply, listen, this is why it is crucial to build your self-esteem and confidence. And again, you guys know, if you listen to me enough, I believe self-esteem and confidence come from being connected spiritually, in which you are working in your purpose, walking in your purpose and your calling. You cannot put confidence on. You can't put it on with clothes. You can get 15 facelift until you do that internal work, that internal healing, until you go back and dig up those areas and dissect those areas that was placed, within your spirit when you were extremely young, even childhood sometimes, until you go back and dissect those areas to figure out where that insecurities are coming from. Who said what to you? What did that ex-husband or ex-wife say to you? What did your parents say to you? So you got to go back and address, and sometimes people don't want to go back and address it because it's painful, but you have to go back and address those areas. Acknowledge it. And once you acknowledge it, then you can start to, heal from it. Healing can be whatever works for you. Counseling, YouTube videos, writing and journaling, whatever works for you to get something out of your spirit. And then once you start to heal, which is a journey, a lot of people don't heal because they get started and then they feel like it's not working. Healing is a process, and most times it may be a lifelong process. But the point of the matter is, when you get started and you start to see your growth, because you will start to see little things. You'll be like, last year I would have popped off real quick. This year I'm more calm, I'm more patient. So you will start to see that growth and praise yourself. Even if nobody else recognizes how much you've changed, even if it's just a little bit, celebrate that, because change is hard. Most people will not change because they don't want to put that work in.
GPS signal lost.
Okay, well, I'm in my closet, so I didn't even realize I had the GPS on. But most people will not change because change is hard. So if you're changing, applaud yourself every day. When God sees you're taking one step, He will open the doors for the rest. So if you're feeling like you're not as far as you should be, the devil is a liar. When Satan
head southeast, then make a U-turn.
Okay, Satan, goodbye. I don't even have my GPS on, and now he want to just interrupt my thing here. But he's a liar. Okay. Sorry, guys. I had my GPS on earlier. I turned it off, and I'm in my closet, so I don't even know where it's trying to take me. But anyway, So celebrate yourself. I lost my train of thought, but the devil is a liar. Celebrate yourself, so if you're not feeling like you're as far as you want to be, first and foremost, understand that wherever you are, you're where God needs you to be. There's a lot of times where people, especially people who have been in bad marriages, they feel like, I wasted 15 years. I wasted 20 years. Boo, you didn't waste anything. You only wasted it if you didn't learn anything from it. Okay? Sometimes you have to take what you think is negative and find the positive. Within that 20 years, did you get beautiful children out of that marriage? Did you learn? Did it teach you that you will never ever depend on a person again, because you saw how your control was stripped when you became too dependent? So what did you learn from it? Whatever you learn, you now take that and apply it to where you're going now in life. So you didn't lose anything. You didn't waste any time. God knows exactly where you need to be and when He needs you to be there. So, I have many goals that I want to accomplish, and I feel like I should be further along too. But then look how someone else is looking at me to think that I have arrived. So you see how you can be looking at a person and you can think that this person has more than you, or this person have this and that same person that you're admiring from afar, that person has the same issues as you do. So when Satan starts getting in your head telling you, oh, you're too old, you can't do this now, you can't start this now, or you got 5 baby daddies, so ain't no man gonna want you, or you're too old, so you never, listen, cast him down. Boom. Satan, you a liar. Period. The minute the thoughts come in your head, it may play in your head for a second because you're human, so you may not remember to cast it down right away. But the minute he starts plaguing things into your mind, Satan, you're a liar. I know exactly who I am. I know who I am because God told me who I am, what I deserve. Point blank, period. You literally have to cast him down like that. Like, you can't even play with him. You got to literally be so aggressive. And trust me, he'll leave you alone. Once he realizes that you're tired of playing with him and that he can no longer mess with you, he will leave you alone. What will happen after that? He'll start to mess with your family. Because that's what he's doing right now with my family. But I then cast his behind down as well. So when he can't get to you no longer, he's going to start to mess with the people you love the most because he's trying to throw you off of your rocker. So just as firm as you are with casting him down, you have to be just as firm when you're praying over your family and when you're warring in the spirit over yourself and your family. Okay. Next thing. What was the last thing? Discernment. Okay. Now, I might be a little biased on the topic of discernment because I've always had the gift of discernment, and I know everybody doesn't, and that's okay. You may have a gift listen, if any one of you have the gift of patience, please pass it to your girl. Please wrap it up and mail it to me. So the point of the matter is we all have different gifts, and then we all have the areas we struggle with. I'm very open about struggling with patience. Again, I'm intentional and I'm getting better every day. I'm getting challenged every day, and I fail most times, but it's okay because I celebrate the times where when I do pass my patience test. It's not often, but that's okay. I celebrate myself when I do. So that makes me want to continue to be intentional about being patient. So, okay, you struggle with discernment. Now, I will say this. Discernment, I can't lie. It's a very powerful gift to have because what it does, honestly, it saves you a lot of heartache and a lot of pain. So the first thing I would say is for you maybe to pray and ask God to give you discernment. I believe God gives us what we ask for. The problem is the things we have to go through to get it. For example, I prayed for patience. I never had the gift of patience. I prayed for it about, 10, 12 years ago. And guess what? 10, 12 years later, I'm still struggling. But I'm better. So the point of the matter is, when you ask for it, I'm going to be honest, if you don't want to go through, some things, don't ask God for anything. Just sit there and be your cute little self. When we start asking God for things, a lot of times you're going to have to go through a storm to get some of those things. You're going to go through a lot of testing times to get it. He's just not going to drop it in your lap. But I wish I could tell you that, but I can't. I'll be lying, and I'm not a liar. So discernment definitely saves you a lot of heartache and pain. And if any one of you have the gift of discernment, I don't know if yours operate like mine. As far as myself, when I meet a person, immediately, right? We may have to get a few words, but normally I can just tell by looking at you if your spirit good or not. But I would more so less confirm it after having a conversation with you. Okay, so with myself, it's only going to be 3 things that I get. I'm going to get a yes, which is a good spirit. No, which is a spirit that I wasn't no part of, and then I'll get a gray area, right? And with the gray area, if I'm honest, it's almost like I'm a little confused. It's almost like you could be a good person, but something's not right. And sometimes that gray area means the person could be a good person, but they're fighting with a certain type of spirit that is just not pure. So with me, if I don't get the yes, I can't touch it. I can't touch a gray area, and I can't touch the no area. So either it's going to be light, gray, or dark. Or I say white, gray, or dark. White, I'm riding with you because you got a pure spirit. You got a pure heart. You know, not to say you're perfect now, and you probably got some flaws, but your spirit is pure. Great, I can't figure you out. I don't have time. And most times, I've tried it twice, actually. I went against my better judgment twice in my life. I tried the gray area and got burnt. So that was on me. That was a learning session for me. Dark, you're just evil. And I'll pray for you for a distance, but you can't be in my... I can't. But until you ask and pray and receive discernment, I would tell you to be intentional about taking your time. Don't let people too close to you too soon. You have to be intentional about watching somebody's character. Most importantly, don't ever just go by somebody's word. You know, people can tell you whatever. I can't tell you how many people scream all day long, loyal, I'm loyal, I'm real, I got your back, and be the same ones that don't have your back, be the same ones stabbing you in the back. So I would say definitely don't ever go by what somebody tells you. Go by people's actions and people's character. That's going to tell you a lot, you know. And again, even then, take your time. Don't jump into things so quickly. Take your time. The most important thing you can do when you don't have discernment, but you're trying to figure some things out, fast. Fast, fast, fast. And again, fasting is not always food. Sometimes fasting is fasting against the things that pull at your flesh more. Coffee, sweets, cigarettes, whatever your thing is, weed, whatever your thing is, fast against that. You know, pray and ask God how to fast, how long to fast, and most importantly, ask Him to give you the downloads that you need while you're fasting. And so that should be able to cover you, you know, until you get a better sense of the gift of discernment. But so anyway, I gotta get back to hanging up some clothes, but I'm so grateful for your email, and I, you know, thank all of you guys who emails me. And if you guys want me to address a topic, hit me up at rockkizzy18. No, that's my other email. My social media email is rockkizzy18@gmail.com. So you guys have a great evening. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.